When it comes to DS, one of the most fulfilling things about being a Dom is my submissive's blind faith in me. A faith built on trust. A trust that allows her to let go, and in that letting go, she finds her own fulfillment. When I put a new sub in training, one of the first things I implement is daily rules and rituals designed to build that blind faith in me. Over time, her trust deepens to the point that when I give a command, she doesn't analyze it. She hears and she obeys. One of the greatest freedoms of submission is the freedom of surrender. It's not the absence of thought that's the driving force. It's the experience of being held. And for those of you who know, it's extremely intimate, right? The more a sub can let go and embrace that blind faith, the more freedom and peace she experiences in her obedience. She's held. But what happens when a sub can't let go? What happens when she second guesses the command? What happens when she gets caught up in the how or the why of a command being given? Her experience shrinks, her peace fades, and her freedom has left the building. In truth, DS is not imitating spirituality. Spirituality is being expressed through DS. In practice, God is my Dom, and I'm God's submissive. About 8 months ago, I received very specific inner directives from my I Am. I had a deep knowing that these were the next steps on the path toward the vision I'd been given for my life, what Neville Goddard would call the bridge of incidents. So I began carrying all those out to the best of my ability. But after months of seeing no visible change, I started to doubt. I became lax. I began asking for more clarity and reassurance. In doing that, I had forgotten something. God's ways are not my ways. Just as it isn't my submissive's role to understand the mechanics of my commands, it isn't my role to understand the mechanics of God's. Her role is trust. My role is trust. Her freedom is found in obedience. So is mine. I waned in my trust in God, and just like I've seen happen with my own subs from time to time, my experience started to shrink. My peace left. My freedom had left the building. Scripture says man makes his plans, but God decides his steps. When I was given my own directives, my only job was to obey in blind faith, not scrutinize the how or why. When I started looking for explanations or reassurance, everything in my life came to a halt. I asked time and time again for more clarity. I didn't get it. I begged for different, more effective directives. I didn't receive any, because I had already been told what to do. It didn't matter if I could figure out how carrying out God's command would make me closer to my vision. That wasn't my place. My place was to obey. My role was to have blind faith, and my lack of doing it revealed my lack of trust in His ability to guide me. Sometimes the still small voice will lead us to actions that appear to be completely unrelated to our desired outcome. In fact, in a lot of my experience, that's been more often the case than not. This is why faith is so important, and it's why trust is essential. In the Bible, God tells us He has plans to prosper us and not to harm us. And yeah, it can get difficult to blindly trust in that, but what's the alternative? There's only one. Do it in your own strength. Call the shots for ourselves. Figure it out with our own brains. I've reached a point in my life that I do not want to do that anymore, because it didn't lead to the places I actually wanted to go. It didn't lead to living the life of the person I truly am, and it certainly didn't lead to any peace. So, I'm again picking up the directives. I'm carrying out the only commands I've been given, and I'm choosing to stop asking why or how with blind faith. And in doing this, my experience is again expanding already. My peace is returning already, and freedom is back in my life. I hope this is encouraging to you guys. If you want to chat in the comments, I'm happy to do that. If you want to give me a call, it's down below. Later.